First things first, my good friend Nick Wright at the Super Bowl. It's an awkward.
Put your hand up.
Oh, you're
Put your
getting
hand
me.
up.
I'm married.
The last time I saw Mark Carman was at his wedding. But you wouldn't know that from the fact that he's out of town, away from the wife for a week, and there's no wedding ring on.
I'm one of the people that's married to a beautiful, amazing woman who's does not need me to wear the ring. I'm not a jewelry guy. I don't do the necklaces.
Okay, well then that's fine. So you don't like the jewelry, so you don't want to wear the ring.
I don't.
Okay, then do what I did. Just get the tattoo name. You can do.
Wow,
So,
I didn't know you did that. That's a big time move by you.
Yeah, so if you're not going to wear the ring, or you could do both. I feel like you're going to do neither.
I don't like pain. Tattoos are pain.
Pain. Oh, I thought you said paying. Both are true. You don't like pain or paying. What are we talking about?
I want to talk to you about Kobe.
Okay.
Because look,
Hard turn.
You occasionally get tied in with LeBron every now and then, and I grew up idolizing, worshiping Michael. So for me with Kobe, it was a rivalry.
Yep.
And then it's like at the end of it, I finally was like, oh my God. This dude was simply incredible, and everything about him you have to appreciate. Mamba mentality, how hard he worked, and everything he was doing off the court. And now, I mean, it's just obviously it's a huge loss of that, but it's interesting. Like I think a lot of people with Kobe who didn't like him still respected him to the end of the earth.
So this is what you touched on there is really interesting, which is Kobe was polarizing in a million different ways for a lot of different reasons. A lot very, very positive, but he had these rivalries. And it was somewhat him versus the person, but mostly fans versus each other. So it was Kobe Shaq, pick a side.
Right.
Kobe MJ, pick a side. And then Kobe LeBron, pick a side. And because of that, you had a group of people on his side that were almost zealot-like in their fandom in defense of him. And then you had a group of people on the other side of which people could fairly say I was in the group of, that would maybe unfairly pick at the flaws instead of appreciating, listen, this is the 8th greatest basketball player ever. He's the 3rd greatest guard ever. And I'm not equipped to talk about the totality of the loss because his daughter is involved and there are 2 other young girls involved, and I tried to on television today and I broke down. So I'm going to do this on a very superficial basketball level, because I'll say before I get to the superficial basketball stuff, I owe a lot of people an apology. The people who have been touched by celebrity deaths that I've always never said it out loud, but in my head rolled my eyes at, like, oh, this person you've never met, you're grieving the loss. But now I get it. I totally get it, because I'm gutted with what happened to Kobe. Gutted. But to the basketball side, I spent so much time picking at him. Listen, man, year 4, he throws one of the best passes in NBA history, the lob to Shaq. Game 7, they win a title. Year 5, he averages 29 in the regular season and the postseason. Scores 48 in a playoff closeout game. Year 6, they have one tough series, the one against the Kings. He's 23 years old. He goes 30, 31, 30 in games 5, 6, 7. Year 10, it's not just that he averaged 35. It's not just that he scored 81. He scored 62 in 3 quarters, was asked why he didn't play the 4th to get to 80, and said, I'll do it another night, and did it another night.
Right.
And then had the 3 straight finals appearances, including 2 titles. I mean, it is such the tragedy, there's so many layers of the tragedy, but one of the layers is, so we're not used to NBA stars passing. So if you had the 35 greatest players in the history of basketball in a room, up until yesterday, 33 of them were alive. Only Wilt and Moses are gone.
Yeah, I was thinking about Wilt and
Moses. Those are the only ones.
Yep, go ahead.
And now Kobe as well. Of the guys who have won league MVP, all are still with us, except for Wilt, Moses, and now Kobe. But Kobe was going to have such an interesting next act. He was already having it. And as a father, and this is where it's hard for me, because I lived a year and a half away from my kids. Never get that time back. But in my head, I'll make it up on the back end. I right now work 2 jobs, morning and evening. I'm doing it for a better future. I'm doing it for my kids. I'm also doing it selfishly because I love it, but I'll make it up. I'll make it up. And Kobe was doing that. He was like, I'm making it up. I'm coaching our team. I'm doing, and now he's gone. And so I don't know how you deal with it.
Right. The videos of where I really felt it was like, there he is with his daughter in his house, and he's up on her, and she steps into him and shoots the jump shot, and he's hitting layups. Like, oh my God,
he was
going to
be
painful.
An unbelievable advocate for women's sports.
Yeah, 100%.
So we don't have a lot of male advocates for women's sports, like superstar males.
Yeah.
You have people that pay lip service or whatever, but Kobe a week ago said, I think 2 or 3 WNBA players could play in the NBA. And I don't think he meant it literally. I think he was honestly issuing a challenge to his daughter. I think he was trying to, in a nice way, say, put no ceilings. Don't have the WNBA be your goal. Have the NBA be your goal and see where you go. And I don't think I fully processed that he's gone.
Well, and that part of it too, his guys coming up in here, his era, they all worshipped MJ, and they all had moves like Michael, but he literally took on his entire game and was able to do it, which just, it speaks to his talent. It also speaks to what he's willing to step into. Like, I'm going to go at that guy and try to be better than him.
Mm-hmm.
And
then incorporated and then worked with Akeem,
right?
And learned some footwork. Stole a little from Dirk with the shot. Like he was always learning all of it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. All right, so let's switch over to your team's playing in the Super Bowl, Nick.
Yeah.
This is like glorious time for you. LeBron's at the top of the NBA.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback in Kansas City. You're taking on the Niners. I mean, you have a TV show, you have a radio show.
Here's the thing.
Your life is incredible. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, listen. I appreciate that. There's nothing I do today that will be better than these 10 minutes right here. Listen, the Chiefs could lose. The Niners are excellent. They have a great pass rush. The thing is this. I know Dan Marino went in year 2 and never went back. I know that has happened. There is not a team in the NFL with a brighter present or a brighter future than the Chiefs. And I can't believe it because it's the team I grew up rooting for, and that's purely because we have the best player in the league by a mile. Like, by an enormous margin, he's better than everybody.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I just
still can't believe it.
I just want to throw in there that as a I'm not a diehard Bears fan like you're a diehard Chiefs fan, but the fact that the Bears trade up from 3 to 2 to draft Mitchell Trubisky and Patrick,
listen. By the way, then everyone crushes the Bears. The Niners then are sitting there at 3. They didn't have Jimmy G yet. They could have taken Deshaun Watson or Mahomes. Instead, they take Solomon Thomas. A lot of teams. The Jags took Leonard Fournette. The Browns passed on Watson and Mahomes twice. But I think we're short on time. Can I just point something out to the audience? While Mark Carman maybe doesn't wear a wedding ring,
what are you going to do?
He does. I mean, he is wearing
MAC right
a monogram shirt, and I mean his name with the lining. You're out here making fun of me for wearing.
You're wearing a pink jumpsuit. You're a national TV host with a national radio show. You're walking around here like
you used to. If people don't know, and I'll be very brief here. Carm and I used to work together at a radio station in Kansas City, and Carm thought I dressed poorly for the job,
horrendously,
and he would say, "Dress for the job you want, not the job you have." And what I told him then, and I will repeat now, a decade later, is I am dressing for the job I want. The job I want is that I am so successful that I can wear sweatpants to work. And smash cut to 10 years later, and you're wearing a monogram blazer because you think you got to dress up for the gig, and I'm wearing a sweatsuit feeling super comfortable. How about that?
Nick Wright, you're right. We're out of time on that one.
See you, buddy. You gave me left-handed handshake?
I'm
left-handed
holding the mic.
handshake?
I'm holding the mic.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
See you later.